Welcome to 1900 Sicily, where loyalty is earned and betrayal is punished. Mafia The Old Country is the latest installment in the Mafia franchise, and in this video we'll be going over if this game is a hit or a miss in this brand new series I'm beginning on my channel. So the story follows Enzo Favara, a guy who's had a rough childhood with forced labour and now is ready to do whatever it takes to join the Teresi crime family and climb the ranks. The interesting thing about Enzo is that he's no soldier from the start, he's a survivor. Then enters Don Teresi himself, the ruthless head of the Teresi crime family who demands loyalty. By Don Teresi's side then enters Luca, the cunning underboss who sees something in Enzo, and Isabella Teresi, which is the Don's daughter who's torn between duty and forbidden love. In Mafia The Old Country, these aren't just any characters, these are the people that shape the entire game together. So to start off with the setting of Mafia The Old Country, it is definitely not some generic setting. The streets feel alive, you've got tight alleyways, markets, countryside roads and these amazing views. You can see one on the screen right now. This game has phenomenal graphics, honestly. I'm playing this on the base PS5 by the way, so I can't imagine how good this would actually look on the PS5 Pro. The one thing about Mafia games is that they always get their setting, their attention to detail is on point, and I mean Hangar 13's just done an incredible job with the scenery, the settings that the game has to offer. So the story of Mafia The Old Country really focuses on survival, loyalty and power, and you can feel that old school Mafia tension in almost every mission. I've played the game for about 4 to 5 hours so far, and I have not been bored for a single minute. I've been completely entertained, the game keeps you on the edge of your seat, and I can't wait to see what's about to happen next. So the two things that I look for personally in a Mafia game when those games are announced are good gameplay and an incredible story. And to be honest, this Mafia game is shaping up to be one of my favourite Mafia games in the entire franchise so far, and I'm only about 4 to 5 hours in, bearing in mind. Like, the story has to be on point for a Mafia game. There's going to be a lot of suspense, there's going to be a lot of different things happening in the game at once. And something I wanted to mention as well was that Enzo's journey isn't just totally about climbing the ranks, it's about surviving the politics, it's about proving his worth to the Teresi family and figuring out who he can actually trust. Like I mentioned previously, the second part of the Mafia game that I look forward to is the gameplay. Now here's where the game really surprises me. Mafia The Old Country blends brutal close quarter action with tense slow gunfights. This isn't like a run and gun type of game where you can just pick up a gun and start running around and chasing your enemies. This is a duck behind cover, you got to kind of wait for the right moment and make every single shot count. The missions, alongside obviously something else that plays hand in hand with the missions, is the setting. I feel like the developers have really honed in on this, and I heard as well that the developers did actually go to Sicily in order to understand and actually get a feel for how they want to make this game. Another part of the combat that is brand new to Mafia The Old Country that we haven't seen in any other Mafia game before, and it is one of the biggest changes, is the new knife combat system. And honestly I believe it's a game changer. I've been having a lot of fun with it. The game really focuses on it as well, and it basically goes to show that you got to kind of forget the basic melee attacks that older Mafia games had, and this is where they've really zoomed in on different types of blades, different types of knives, in order to make the feeling quite real. The animations are brutal. You'll see Enzo grabbing an enemy, shoving them against the wall and delivering a finishing attack. And it's also not just about button mashing, you can't really do that in this game. You have to think about spacing, you have to think about timing, stamina. It makes every knife fight very, very tense, and especially when you're surrounded and you've got to make every move count, especially also when you're playing on a hard difficulty. You guys can see in this background footage here, this is one of the knife fights that occurs early on in the game. Not too early on, maybe about 2 hours into the game. And you can see that parrying works very smoothly. I like the angles that they've given for the camera work. And there's many different attack buttons. There's strike, there's thrust and there's slash. Of course you can dodge away from attacks that aren't, like, you're not able to parry, and you can parry attacks that you're able to parry. And this is a big part of the Mafia game, Mafia The Old Country especially. This is something new that they've introduced, and I feel like it works really well. This was something I was quite worried about when I was watching gameplay of it early on, but as you get to play it, you get to understand more about it. So something else I wanted to talk about was the immersion and atmosphere that Mafia The Old Country has to offer. And I know this kind of goes hand in hand with setting, but I wanted to talk about this separately. So the game honestly nails atmosphere, it nails the immersion. The lighting feels very warm, the shadows are on point. The game gives this really realistic feel, and of course the soundtrack works very well, as it does in every Mafia game in my opinion. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the voice acting. I believe the voice acting in this game is honestly incredible, and it makes the game feel 10 times more realistic. Enzo feels very real. You can hear the desperation in his voice, the deepness in his voice when he's making a threat, and the quiet moments when he questions if he's doing the right thing. Characters like Don Teresi as well feel extremely real. They fit the character perfectly. The voice acting, I believe, in this game is just spot on. For example, one scene in this game early on that literally showcases this is this scene right here.
What are you doing here, Damiano? Answer me.
Don Torisi, this is Caruso.
I asked you a question.
The boy owes a debt. We tracked him. In the dark, he must have crossed over. We mean no disrespect. We'll take him. Be on our way.
The boy goes nowhere with you.
Until the debt is paid, he belongs to us.
On my land? You want nothing. You tell your boss, the boy is under my protection. And if our truce is dishonored again, I will repay that offense. Tenfold. Now leave.
Now here's something I didn't expect in a Mafia game, which is horse riding. At first I thought it was going to be a side feature, but it's actually a huge part of the Mafia The Old Country world. Riding through the Italian countryside feels amazing. The animations are smooth, controls are tight, and the horses react to the speed and surroundings perfectly. It just feels great for those quieter moments when you want to explore and just take in some of the scenery, but you can also pull off some insane chases on horseback, and alongside that there is even a race on horseback that takes place in the first, I believe, 2 hours of the game. Something else I want to mention as well is that I haven't come across any glitches, any bugs with the game so far, any crashes, so the game is running completely smooth for me as of now. So in my opinion, I truly believe Mafia The Old Country is definitely a hit. Now, you guys tell me, have you played it? What do you guys think of it? Is it a hit or miss in your book? Drop your thoughts below, and if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoyed this new style of content, stick around. I've got a few more hit or miss reviews coming soon, from brand new releases to classics that you guys might have not played in a while. If you guys are new here, do make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you guys never miss an upload or a stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to let me know down below in the comment section if you guys believe Mafia The Old Country is a hit in your opinion, or if it's a miss in your opinion, and let me know exactly why. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.